Race number 6 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 2:33. It's the SEACORP handicap over 1,000 metres for the 3-year-olds. Very good contest this, and a very good performance last start was the win of Wine Night.
Time had dropped off them very quickly, and a gap further back in the field of 4 lengths to Ginger. Sweet as a tackle by Wine Night with Amelia Bedelia a length away, trying hard. At the 200, Wine Night taken to the lead by Nucky. Grabbed the front from Sweet as Amelia Bedelia just wanting to lay across Wine Night's heels. Wine Night desperately ridden out the playing guide filly. Sweet as Amelia Bedelia both trying hard, but Wine Night's going to do enough.
I think this is an excellent race to bet into, because I think a couple of these gallopers, Mood Swings and She's Enchanted, will be overrated by the market. Absolutely loved the first up performance of Wine Night. Came off a very good trial beating Forgotten Jewel, who won at Belmont on Wednesday, and absolutely dotted up at $2 beating Sweet Azza in the replay race. Stays at the 1,000 metres, probably wants a little bit further in time, but that was a really high rating performance for a midweek race, and Wine Night therefore goes on top. From number 4, Boomtastic for Simon Miller and William Pike. Now this horse was trying to make up ground on Mood Swings last time out. It was a very slowly run race. He also blundered in the straight. I think Boomtastic can improve past Mood Swings here. Also from the Miller yard is number 3, Amelia's On Fire. Now this horse has won a trial, had her first run for 2 months, and resumes here against her peers, having raced in higher grade against the older horses last preparation. And then number 1, We've Got Dreams, was pretty disappointing last start behind Cryptid Love, was beaten 4 lengths. Prior to that, beat Batch of Courage in a 66 plus. Got pretty fractious in the gates before that last start. Chloe Has a Party takes over from KIRIN, she claims, and I think this horse could bounce back here. Top selection in race number 6 is number 5, Wine Night, to beat 4 Boomtastic, 3 Amelia's On Fire, and 1 We've Got Dreams. Race number 7 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 3:10. It is the KIRIN MEGUMI handicap over 1,200 metres and in replay. Let's have a look at the last start victory of Indian Pacific.
Front of Levitate being popped. The big question here on the outside now by Pike. Resort Man runs on down the middle. Followed further back Aberdeen Queen, not doing enough. Not nearly anywhere near enough as Indian Pacific still leads. At the 200, a length in front of Levitate. He's really trying to knuckle down Indian Pacific, fighting under the urging of Parnham. Levitate's coming at him. Indian Pacific and Levitate, they went to it. There was nothing.
Indian Pacific is a quality galloper. He was really good in fighting off Levitate 3 weeks ago. We saw that in the replay race. That was over 1,300 metres. I think Neville Parnham thought he might be better over shorted. He gets back to 1,200 here. Certainly no knock on the 1,200 metres. Gate number 2 can be on speed, has led all the way his last 2 starts. His form sticks out like the proverbial sore thumb. He goes on top. The main danger, perhaps the only danger, is number 12, Long Beach, who gets William Pike and Grant and Lallana Williams combination. Gate number 11 of 12 will get back, one would think, has only had the 1 trial leading in to his reappearance. He's very well related, this horse. He's bred to be a black type performer, and he doesn't have to lump 59 kilos like he did last start when beaten at $2.25. Number 6 is Nero Dio, who disappointed punters on his last start, but his run was pretty similar from a ratings perspective to his first up win, and when he beat Stable Secret by over 2 lengths. And then number 2, Sir Mambo, was wide throughout 2 weeks ago, but did manage to finish second for Christy Bennett. Jade McDork takes over here, so there's no claim. This horse is always here, there or thereabouts. He's finished second 7 times out of 10 at Belmont Park. Top selection in race number 7 is number 4, Indian Pacific, to beat 12 Long Beach, 6 Nero Dio, and 2 Sir Mambo. Race number 8 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 3:45. It's the first of the listed races. It's the AQUANITA Stakes over 2,000 metres for the 3-year-old colts and geldings. One of those horses is number 8, Uncle Dick. Let's have a look at his last start performance.
The top of the home straight, around heels now. Rock and Ruler being put into the race. Rosa's Shadow behind them. Watch Me Nay Nay further back, and Uncle Dick trying to wind up but wanting to lay across heels. Rock and Ruler out wide in front with 150 to go. It's Rock and Ruler, the Escort, Inflation fighting back, and Uncle Dick is lengthening stride as well, coming quickly. Rock and Ruler joined by Uncle Dick. Rock and Ruler.
Uncle Dick just missed out on winning the replay race. That was a Class 5 behind Rock and Ruler. Was finishing pretty strongly under Brad Parnham. Brad's not able to ride on Saturday, so William Pike takes over for Lindsay Smith and the Van Heemst team. Now this horse is bred to win a race like this. He's the little brother of the Oaks winner in Fontainebleau back from 2017. He's progressive, and although he's coming to this race through unusual form lines, it has to be said, I do think this is a Pretty weak field for a listed race, and Uncle Dick looks like the one to be on. Goes on top from number 4, Eurasia, who drops 5 kilograms from his last start when he couldn't quite match motors with Chantria, who goes around in the Belmont Oaks. He's 4 from 4, that horse. I thought it was a decent run. Gets gate number 1 here as well. Eurasia can run into the minors. Number 3 is No Apology. Now, this horse led for the first time in his career last time out and got away with murder. NCIS should have been called in. They went about 3 seconds slower than average to the 600. Beat Sentimental Gift, will probably lead here as well, one would think, and have every opportunity. And then number 7 is Marxian. Should be rock hard fit, this horse, after leading what was a very fast midweek staying race 10 days ago. That was a class 3 behind Frosty Heart. Gets back to its own age on Saturday. Race number 8, then top selection is number 8, Uncle Dick, to beat 4 Eurasia, 3 No Apology and 7 Marxian. Race number 9 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 4:20. It's the Belmont Oaks at listed level over 2,000 metres for the 3-year-old fillies. And in replay, let's have a look at the Belmont Guineas and the win of KC.
They balanced up in the Guineas and led by 2 lengths. 10 Snip Laverod lets down. Here comes KC winding up, and so's Canvassed also putting in a run. Laverod had hit the front. Canvassed and KC. Parnham first to go for the Shillelagh. KC, Canvassed, Laverod fighting back. Less than 100 from home now. KC gets ahead in front. Canvassed keeps coming, but KC goes home to win. KC.
According to official ratings, KC is rated 13.5 kilograms better than all of her rivals. She's won a Group 1 over 1,800 metres. That was the Kingston Town Classic last year, and she certainly was not stopping in the Guineas as well. She had the fastest sectionals home, just like she did in the Raconteur Stakes. On weights and measures, she's going to be mighty hard to beat. I thought she was a moral last start. I think she'll win on Saturday. I just don't know if I'll be jumping into the too short, the quotes. The reason for that is number 4, Chantria, who took a significant leap forward last start when winning at Belmont, beating Ginger Fireball by a length and a half. That was easily Chantria's best performance of her career. She's 4 from 4. She's untapped. William Pike keeps the ride. He's ridden her to all 4 of victories. If any horse is going to beat KC, it's going to be Chantria. Number 2 is Canvassed, who was runner-up in the Guineas that we saw in the replay. That was Canvass's first run for nearly 2 months. Might be some improvement there, but will need to be to beat KC. And also coming out of that race is number 3, Caragini Aurora, who William Pike jumps off to ride Chantria, with Alan Kennedy, the informed Alan Kennedy, taking over. Top selection in race number 9 is the obvious. Number 1, KC, to beat 4 Chantria, 2 Canvassed and 3 Caragini Aurora. Race number 10 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 4:55. It's the Crown Perth Handicap over 1,600 metres, and in replay, let's have a look at the last start victory of Serenity Bay.
Into the straight though, they balanced up, 350 to go, and next stop the Moon led clearly. 2 in front, here comes Serenity Bay though, starting to gobble it up very quickly, and as they come to the 175, Serenity Bay reaches the lead. Costa del Santos finishing full of running down the outside. Serenity Bay though kicks away. Costa del Santo on the outside runs to second from next stop the Moon, but it's a great first up win.
Serenity Bay is a progressive mare in on the minimum weight here, drops 2.5 kilos from the replay race. That was a graduation handicap, steps up to 72 plus, so that's 2 grades higher, but she looks like she's going in the right direction. And from a map perspective, I think she's going to be in front of most of her greatest threats. Goes on top from number 5, Fred Dagg, for Bruce Watkins and Jason Whiting. Pretty good effort behind Showmanship last start, beating a length and 3/4. Not sure what this horse's best trip is. It might be 1,600 metres. He is 1 from 1 over course and distance. Intriguing is number 1, King Blitz. Now this horse races with Lakdar Romilly for the second time. He drew wide last start. He's drawn inside on Saturday, and he also rises 4 kilos as well, 57 after the claim. And then number 3, Pro Consent. Big personal best effort last start 2 weeks ago, and that was 7 days after being thrashed by Serenity Bay. He's got about 4 lengths to make up on that, so there's a couple of concerns there. Will it be a bit flat on Saturday? Top selection in race number 10 is the bottom one, 14 Serenity Bay, to beat 5 Fred Dagg, 1 King Blitz and 3 Pro Consent. It's now time to nominate my best bets on the card. I think there's a few horses you can get stuck into on Saturday. Levitate is one, didn't make the slide however. Going in race number 6 with number 5, Wine Night, and then in the subsequent race number 7, number 4, Indian Pacific. It's easy to stay up to date with everything that's happening at Perth Racing. You can log onto our website or you can follow us on one of our social media channels. Until next time, bye for now.